All right, we've made it to the final piece of our puzzle in overcoming imposter syndrome. Today, we're talking about the one tool that makes everything else we've learned so much stronger. It's not about what's in your head, really. It's about who's in your corner. Let's dive into the power of connection.
I mean, just think about how far you've come. You've learned to spot your triggers. You started challenging that inner critic, and you've even begun to see failure in a whole new light. You've been building this incredible internal foundation, but all of that hard work can be supercharged by one final crucial element.
And look, all that internal work is absolutely essential. But let's be real, sometimes you're still just in there wrestling with your own thoughts, right? So what breaks that deadlock? It's shifting your focus. The answer isn't to think your way out, it's to connect your way out.
So first, let's call out the enemy's favorite tactic here, isolation. Imposter syndrome desperately wants you to believe you're the only person on the planet who feels like a total fraud. And you know what? That lie gets all of its power when you're alone, just trapped in an echo chamber of your own doubt.
And this is the core of it, isn't it? That deep, nagging fear of being found out. We're so convinced that someone, somewhere, is going to pull back the curtain and expose us. So we go silent. We hide. But that silence, that's the exact environment where imposter syndrome grows the strongest. You know, the researcher Dr. Brené Brown has done some absolutely groundbreaking work on this. She links that not good enough feeling directly to shame. And shame, as she so brilliantly puts it, has a very specific power source: secrecy. When we hide our struggles, we are literally feeding the very thing that's holding us back.
Okay, so if secrecy is the poison, what's the antidote? Well, it's right there: empathy and vulnerability. Shame simply cannot survive being spoken out loud. The moment you bring those fears into the light with someone you trust, they start to lose their grip on you. Connection is basically sunlight to the shadows of self-doubt. And hey, this isn't just about feeling good. There's some fascinating science behind this. Reaching out for support isn't just comforting, it actually, literally, rewires the neural pathways in your brain that have been fueling all that self-doubt.
The very first thing that happens is just so incredibly powerful. It's normalization. Think about it. That moment you finally work up the courage to say, I feel like a fraud, and someone you really admire looks you right in the eye and says, oh my gosh, me too. The weight just lifts. You realize you're not broken, you're just human.
Next up is this really cool biological process called co-regulation. Basically, our nervous systems are kind of like tuning forks. They sync up with the people we're around. So when you're spinning out all alone, your anxiety just gets louder and louder. But talking to a calm, trusted person, it literally calms your nervous system down, pulling you right out of that fight or flight panic.
And finally, you get a much-needed reality check. Inside your head, the story might be, I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. But when you say that out loud to a mentor and they come back with, what are you talking about? Your work on that last project was fantastic. You get a dose of external truth. And it's the perfect antidote to your internal fiction.
So there it is. That's kind of the magic formula. You realize you're not alone. That's normalization. You get a dose of reality. That's the social reality test. And your body physically calms down. That's co-regulation. It's this powerful trifecta for taking back control from that nagging imposter voice. Okay, so theory is one thing, but let's actually turn this knowledge into action. We're going to walk through a really simple plan to start building your support system, like right now. If you've got the worksheet, now would be a great time to grab it.
First things first, just take a second and map out who is already in your corner. Think about it: family, friends, maybe some colleagues, mentors. You know, the simple act of writing these names down can be such a powerful visual reminder that your imposter syndrome is lying to you. You are not alone.
All right, now look at that map you just made and reflect a little bit. Who makes you feel more confident? Is it the friend who just listens, or maybe the mentor who gives you that blunt, honest feedback you need? And just as important, notice if there are any gaps. What kind of support do you wish you had a little more of?
And finally, I want you to choose one small, manageable action. Okay, we're not trying to build a whole new social circle overnight. The goal here is just to pick one thing. Maybe it's sending a text to a colleague to finally grab that coffee. Or maybe it's finally sending that email to someone you'd love to have as a mentor. Just one small step.
So as we start to wrap up, not just this session, but our entire series together, let's put it all together. You now have a complete toolkit. You've got the internal mindset shifts and now the external support system to move forward with real confidence.
And listen, if you take only one thing away from our entire journey together,
please let it be this. The goal was never to completely eliminate self-doubt. That's just not possible. The goal is to build the resilience so that when doubt shows up, and it will, you can look it in the eye and say, I hear you, but you are no longer in charge here.
I want you to think of this as an ongoing practice of self-defense. Every single time you reach out and connect with someone who sees your value, you are actively starving that imposter voice. You are choosing to reinforce what's real over the fiction it's trying to sell you.
So I'll leave you with this one last simple challenge. Don't think about building some huge network tomorrow. Just think about one person. Who is one person you can reach out to this week? Maybe to share a small win, or a minor doubt, or even just to connect. That one conversation, it might just be the most important step you take.